Okay, let's get situated here. Should have done this before I hit record. My eyebrows. Okay, so I just woke up. Today's gonna be an early day. I have couples therapy with Chris at 12, and it is 9 o'clock right now. We want to find somewhere cool to have like coffee and breakfast before we go into battle. Just kidding. Like, we're completely fine. I recommend couples therapy to everyone. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the NYX new foundation. This is their Total Control drop foundation, and it comes like this. The one that I'm using today is in the shade True Beige, so I hope that my skin is as basic as I claim, or at least the color is anyhow. Okay, and as always, I do like to give you like a little swatch comparison so you know exactly what to expect when you purchase the foundation. The first one here is the one from NYX, the one I'm reviewing today. The second one is Maybelline Newer Extreme Cushion Foundation in the shade number 30. And this one on top is the All Nighter Foundation from Urban Decay in the shade number 5. This one here from Urban Decay is thicker than the rest. This one's really thin but also buildable. If you guys are interested in seeing more about this foundation in particular, I'll leave the information or the link in the description box down below. And this one here is really thin but also very, very pigmented. I feel like foundations are going up and up and up in price. I remember back in the day when foundation was like $4 or $5. And now I feel like drugstore foundations are well over $10. It's kind of really expensive. So I'm going to start with the application process. It sounds like it's going to be really, really liquidy. Now, I didn't get my hands on their dropper brush because I've seen a lot of YouTubers and bloggers drop the actual makeup into a brush, which I really don't see how that's beneficial to us because it sounds like a lot of the product will be wasted. I'm going to do both. On one side, I'm going to drop it onto my face, and on the other side, I'm going to drop it onto my sponge. So let's see. It is really runny. Now, right off the bat, it is covering really nicely. It is thin, but it's actually like setting thick. It looks like and it feels like you have to work really fast with this particular foundation just because it does set so much faster than others that I've used in the past. And I think the whole technique of dropping it into a brush is probably because it just dries so damn fast. This is a color test that I use as well to see if it was going to cover any redness. I go over my eyelids, which tend to be really veiny. You can see my eyelid is completely covered. And that's still with those few drops, I was able to cover the entire side of my face. Okay, so now on this other side, I'm going to go ahead and drop the drops, just a couple of drops, onto my sponge, which went right into my sponge, and it's kind of like scary to me because I feel like it's going to be harder for me to clean. So we go right in. Still feel like I'm getting the same results on this side of my face as I am on this side of the face. To be honest with you, I'd rather drop it onto my face than throw it into my sponge just because it soaks it up just like a brush. I feel like as soon as you drop it on, unless you're like drop right onto your face, you're still going to be wasting product. Okay, so my initial reactions right now is that the color looks okay. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I might have to mix this with something else just because my face looks completely washed out. As far as the coverage goes, I can still see some of my freckles coming through, or age spots coming through on my cheeks here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another layer. Hopefully it doesn't break down or separate or chunk up or what have you on my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do a couple of more drops on my face and see if I can build it up. Oh my god, see? This is why I don't freaking like... Ugh! Jeez. Okay. Seriously? This is a pain in the ass. Okay. on this side it is covering or layering fine, but the thing is that when I go over to press the product into my skin, I'm getting almost like steps from my sponge applicator. You can see the lines of where I pushed it in, so I'm almost removing the product as I'm adding a second layer, which I do not like because it's kind of scary when you think about it, when you're going to go ahead and add other things like contour, blush, highlight, and setting powder to your face. Like, what is it going to do throughout the day? So it's going to really be put to the test today. I'm not going to remove it. If it wasn't for, you know, educational purposes, if it wasn't for this review, I would totally have removed it already. But we're not quitters, so I'm going to go ahead and just brave it out. This time I'm going to put it on the back of my hand, and as you can see, it runs so fast. It's so thin. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my face. So I'm hoping that the look of this foundation will change as I put more products on, because right now it just looks completely flat, no dimension at all. I don't feel like it has improved the look of my skin. Really flat. It's not as dewy as I was expecting it to be. Okay, so now my makeup is completely done. I've got my bronzer, my contour, my highlight, my everything on my face. And I actually kind of like the way the foundation looks on my face after it had a moment to calm down and kind of set. It is like a powdery finish, so that is definitely new to me because usually I gravitate towards dewy foundations. I just like the look of my face being a little bit more on the hydrated looking side just because I have such a dry body. So hopefully that makes sense, and I don't know, it's starting to grow on me, so let's see how it works throughout the day. I'm also going to give you a shot in daylight, just give you another perspective in lighting, and I'll meet you guys back here later. So this is what my foundation looks like in daylight. It actually is a lot nicer in person here than it is in the studio lighting. In my opinion, it's actually like my...
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Come on, man. Let's eat. I'm hungry.
Okay, so I just got back. We did a lot of things today. Got my nails done, so my nails are going to look a little different from they did, well, better than they did earlier today. But for the most part, my foundation has held up. I have not, become too oily. So after I turned on some more of my studio lights, you guys can see a little bit more of the shine that I was talking about here on my forehead. Nothing too crazy, especially considering how long I've had it on my face. And I think it's been... How many hours do you think I have had my makeup on since we got ready this morning?
I think we got out of here around 9:30.
9:30? Okay, I put my makeup on around 9:30, and it's later in the evening, so I really like the way that it held up. None of my contour or my highlight has been compromised, so I'm really, really happy with it. And I know the beginning of this video I was kind of like, ooh, but I actually fell in love with it. I really like it, but I would definitely not wear this on a daily basis. It's kind of more on the, you know, if a girl's night out or a special event when you need a little bit more coverage. But yeah, not on a day-to-day basis for sure. It just depends, I guess, on your preference and what kind of coverage you're looking for. If you have mature skin, I would probably gravitate towards something's a little bit lighter. The formula itself sets really, really quickly, and if you don't blend it out and if your face is not hydrated enough, you're going to see all of the little cracks and wrinkles. So definitely make sure you invest in a good moisturizer and primer before applying any foundation, doesn't matter how much it costs and what the deal is as far as the consistency is. But overall, I really did like this foundation. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, share it, and also subscribe if you have not already. Please do not click that subscribe button if you guys have already subscribed, because you will unsubscribe yourself. So just letting you guys know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.